Hi, it's me, your e-girl dad. Yes, we're back to dating dads. Where my heart needs to be. Why does he sound... Sorry, fixing this real quick. There we go. Let's go. Dad book? Yeah, I guess that's where we ended.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh. Empress, listen. This is you from the past. Whoa. How'd this happen? I figure you're trying to reply to this because I know myself, but this is an automated message from you earlier this morning when it was socially unacceptable to go out and buy ice cream. Well, I forgot I did that. I forgot how I did that as well. Man, the future is amazing. Listen, life is short, and ice cream should always be acceptable, but unfortunately, this isn't the society we live in. And it's less the society we live in, and more me projecting my own anxiety about being judged onto others. But you know what I mean. By the time you're reading this, it is a certain time of day in which nobody will bat an eye for you for going out and buying ice cream. You know what to do. Be good, me. Yeah, hell yeah, we're gonna go buy that ice cream. Let's get some Talenti up in this bitch. You know what? I've earned a treat. On the way home, I decide to stop off and grab some ice cream, which I fully plan to eat directly from the tub, as one does. I spend a lot of time trying to figure out which type of ice cream I'd like to eat directly from the tub. Rocky Road? Ugh. Pistachio? Eh. Amanda's probably gonna want some too. Better get 2 tubs. She loves cookie dough ice cream, right? Hey, mister. Oh. Hey, mister. I don't remember what I did for him. We're gonna do that now. He looks prepubescent. I turn around to see Ernest leaning up against the wall of the convenience store. Ernest? You're cool, right? I'm cool, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. Well, if you're cool, you'll help me out, right? Help you out? There's no fire involved, is there? Just clouds. So if I give you 20, will you buy me e-liquid? Ernest, what's e-liquid? It's like Gatorade, you know? Electrolyte liquid? I'd get it myself, but I'm banned from here for trying to run a grift on the cashier. A classic fiddle game, you know the deal. Oh, well, if you're talking about balanced electrolytes, then I got you, little buddy. And I didn't know you played the fiddle. Oh my god. Just ask the clerk for blue cran raz apple vortex. He'll know what it is. Am I really gonna... I pick up a tub of pistachio ice cream for myself and a tub of cookie dough for Amanda. I search around for some blue Crazen Void stirrer, but can't seem to find any. I turn to the cashier. Say, where's your finest e-liquid? Behind the counter. You got an ID? First of all, my daughter is older than you. And second of all, I'm flattered. I switched shampoo recently. Is that taking some years off? Look, you need to be 21 to buy vape juice. Your hair doesn't look a day over 20. It's... Thank you. Look at that. Wait a minute. Are you just trying to butter me up to get me to buy more ice cream? Because it's working. I glance outside and spot Ernest staring at me. Double, wait a minute. So you're telling me that e-liquid is not a sports drink? It's for vaping. Ernest is watching us intently through the window. I better go give that kid a piece of my mind. You're gosh damn right I am. I see. Okay. Okay, look. I'm gonna pretend that you didn't try to trick me into buying you the old Baphomet's cough syrup and then go inside here to purchase my ice cream. I won't tell your dad if you promise to scram. And stop vaping. You'll get popcorn lung. What if I give you 25? Go home, Ernest. As I'm walking back inside, Ernest calls after me. You can get popcorn lung from microwave popcorn, you know. I no longer trust this child, but the mere notion strikes fear into my heart. I go back inside to complete my purchase with the good cashier. Thank you, kind sir, for your time and generous hair compliments. You got it, bub. I glance out the window while to see Ernest still outside. Looks like he's talking to some other poor sap. Guess I should go outside and save this other guy some grief. Wait a second. That's definitely a cop. Oh boy. I grab my tubs of ice cream and bolt outside. Ernest is already face down on the hood of a squad car. Ernest, did you seriously just try to get a cop to buy you e-liquid? You know this kid? Yeah, we live in the same cul-de-sac. I know his dad. Listen, he's a good kid, and I'm this boy's father. Oh, whoa, okay. Not the voice I needed. I'm this boy's father. I turn around and see Robert walking up the street and toward the convenience store. Ernest, what are you doing? I want a lawyer. First of all, good first instinct. Remember that you're not required to answer any questions from a police officer without a lawyer present. You're this boy's father? Oh. Yes, sir. Ernest likes to lash out at me like this ever since, the accident. Oh. I don't like talking about it. That's fine. Robert gets a wistful twinkle in his eye. It all started 7 summers ago. My hair was long then. New metal was still in style. Ernest and I were down in the Florida swampland, scavenging for... Sir, I can leave you to take it from here. Oh, sounds good. Thanks, officer. Ernest, come along now. Been cleaning grout from the rain gutter for a week thanks to this transgression. The police officer gets in his car and drives off. I'm stunned by how cool Robert was just there. Thanks. Don't want to say Richard? Ouch. Don't mention it, Hemingway. Got in trouble plenty of times in my life. Just trying to do my good deed for the day. Will you buy me e-liquid if I give you $20? Child, I will end you. Hey, Empwis. Will you walk Ernest home with me? Sure. Hey. Ernest runs ahead, presumably so he won't be seen with us, which is the thing I think kids do. Reminds me a lot of myself when I was his age. Well, maybe I wasn't as dumb. Yeah, it seems like he tortures his dad. Seems like he tortures just about everybody. He even stole your wallet. What? No, he did. I pat my back pocket. I pat the rest of my pockets. He stole my wallet. Why are you doing this to yourself? But what? Robert points at my tubs of ice cream. One of them's for Amanda. I have no qualms with the quantity of ice cream you've purchased. It's a perfectly respectable amount of ice cream. It's the quality I'm talking about. You work hard, Empress. You're a good dad. Don't you think you deserve top shelf ice cream? But these were on sale. If you're gonna treat yourself, go big or go home. Real vanilla bean, real pistachio. You deserve it. Wow, oh my god, I do deserve it. We arrive at the cul-de-sac and Ernest runs into his home. That boy's the reason why we don't have prizes in cereal anymore. Get you round, Empress. Robert tosses me my wallet. I catch it with a surprised look on my face. Yeah, I stole the bag. Keep it in your front pocket or use a chain, like back in your sky days. Smell you later. Yeah. See you, Robert. I go back inside my home, ready to spend the rest of the night with 2 tubs of ice cream and also Amanda. Buy quality, not quantity.
You've got dads.
Here's the choice of the century. More dating. I already went on one with what I did. I did Robert and Damien last time, but I did Matt first. I'm honestly not even interested in the other 3 dads. 4 dads. There are 4 other dads. Oh my gosh. Which makes me feel bad to say, but I think I'm gonna go with Matt again. Can I date them all? Like, can I do it? Will that just prolong the game? I'm wondering. We're just gonna fawn hard over Matt and Robert for now, I think. Let's go on let's go. I'm going with my gut here. Instead of messaging the guy, why don't I just walk over and grab some coffee? Feeling really sluggish today anyway. Amanda! Amanda sticks her head out of her room. Father! Wanna go to the coffee spoon? Oh, so you get called cool once and now you're the cool dad who hangs out at coffee shops and listens to neo jazz and stuff? Amanda, are you gonna bring your laptop and your leather-bound journal so you can work on your poetry anthology? Look, honey, do you want me to buy you coffee or not? Let me grab my laptop and my leather-bound journal. Who is this? Oh, that's the guy from, yeah, from the concert. I can't remember his name. Amanda and I make the short walk over to the coffee spoon. The place is quiet today. Just a few people hanging out and reading books in the cozy little nooks. I walk up to the counter and see a familiar, pierced face. Hey, you were the dude I yelled at a bunch the other night. Ugh. Amanda casts a sideways glance at me. He tried to sell me shirts. And who might you be, miss? This is my daughter, Amanda, the person I am a father to and am very protective of. An honor to make your acquaintance. My name is Pablo. Did I mention that I make witch house music? I wouldn't call witch house music, but okay. A piercing blow to my ego, though not one that will dissuade my need to impress you. God. My innate dad senses tingle. I am overwhelmed with fatherly protective energy. I must do something to protect my child. I'm just gonna change the subject. If they want to flirt, they can flirt. I'm not gonna step in Amanda's way. Anyways, Pablo, I didn't know you worked here. Yeah, man. Today's my first day. Matt's still training me. Oh, Ambus. Matt comes out from washing dishes in the back room to meet Amanda and I. He and I high-five, as fellow cool people do. I see you've met my newest employee. At your service, although I'm only here until Vacant Vale starts their world tour. Oh, when's that? Well, we have to put out a record first. Alright, Pablo. Now, what do we do with the customers again? Right, yes. Pablo clears his throat. Hello, good folk of Maple Bay. Oh, can I interest you in a tasty, caffeinated beverage? A smashing pumpkin spice latte, please. A classic. And you? Father John Mista. Americano football, please. Our coffee is strong as that band's feelings. Good choice. I don't get it. Oh, American football is a sport, but it's also this emo band that made a good album and then waited over a decade and then made another good album, and their music was very sad and sometimes featured like sad trumpets, and I'm over explaining the joke again. Coming right up. Pablo gets to work making our drinks while Matt observes him. God, why am I so tired? He'll get the hang of it. For as goofy as the dude as he is, kid works hard. Hey man, that concert was a lot of fun. We should hang out again. Hell yes. I'm actually going to be done training Pablo in a couple hours and was going to go record shopping. You want to come along? Oh, absolutely. Pablo brings our drinks and Amanda buries herself in her laptop. I spend my time sipping my drink and cracking jokes with Matt. Last time we hung out, he told me he had trouble hanging out with other people, but for some reason he and I can talk and joke like old buds. It's weird. I feel really comfortable around him. Once Matt feels comfortable leaving Pablo on his own, I say goodbye to Amanda and we start walking to the record store. Have you ever been here before? No. I mean, we have a record player sitting in the living room, but all I have are 2 copies of Frampton Comes Alive. Oh, this should be fun then. We're gonna find some good stuff. The walls of the store are packed with posters, artwork, stickers, and records. God damn. A few people mill around, flipping through milk crates of albums. Some indie band is playing through the speakers. It's a nice vibe. So, why do people still buy records? Isn't it kind of dated at this point? There's a lot of people who try to tell you that vinyl sounds warmer or more true to the artist's intent, but really I think it's just nice to collect records. It's cool that in this day and age we have just about every song ever created available instantaneously on our phones, but there's something about holding an album and getting to see the artwork in your hands that I'll always love. And that's why I try to get as many of the records that I love in physical form as possible. Remember when we were kids and we have to wait around by the radio with a cassette tape so that we could record our favorite songs? It made each listen really special. And mixtapes were even cooler because of how much work they took. Now you just make a playlist. I think the last time someone gave me a real mixtape was in high school? I look around the multi-level record store and spot some genres. Future wave, jungle, anarcho-punk, nunsploitation. I have no idea where to even start. Man, this is a little overwhelming. Yeah, here, let me help you find something you might like. If you were a milkshake, what flavor would you be? Definitely cookies and cream. I mean, I like vanilla, but cookies and cream milkshake, come on, man. If you could only buy one type of candle scent for the rest of your life, what would it be? Power Violence Cherry Blossom. Yes, I like the sound of that. Or Daffodil Mountain Spring? Nah, Cherry Blossom. What's your favorite ambient sound? Definitely rain. Alright, what's your dream vacation spot? What's your deepest, darkest fear? Matt thinks for a moment.
What?
Oh, I know just the thing. Matt runs over to the other end of the store and returns holding a record behind his back. He shows it to me. This is Dark Night of the Soul by Danger Mouse. This one almost didn't get released, but there are a ton of awesome collabs on it. Super underrated album. I think you'll really enjoy it. Oh, whoa, dude. Thanks for the recommendation. You're going to have a great time with it. Promise. Is that an actual... I'm sorry. Doing research. Because that band that was in here when I went out with Matt, I didn't realize that is an actual band. So, is it Dark Side? Oh, it was by Danger Mouse? Huh. He is. Oh, that's awesome. It's also in a duo called Danger Doom, which is Danger Mouse and MF Doom. Sorry. Dark Night of the Soul. Whoa, holy shit. Okay, I'm actually gonna listen to that. That sounds kind of cool. Okay. Matt and I bring our records to the cash register. A young girl with a septum ring and a buzz cut stands behind the counter with one earbud in. Usual stuff today, Matt? Just some light pickups. Matt places 3 albums on the counter. Swear I'm Good at This by Diet Sig, Forever by Mystery Skulls, and Greatest Hits by Remo Drive. Tight? The cashier rings Matt up and hands back his albums in a bag. She stares at me suspiciously. Who's the nerd? That nerd is my buddy Empwis. Empwis, this beacon of human charm is Molly. I got kicked out of art school for destroying my paintings at the end of every critique. Lovely to meet you. Anyway, Matt, is the open mic night still on? Oh, you know it. Are the Third Waves gonna do a special acoustic performance? I might see if I can get a few of the girls together. There's an open mic night going on? Oh, yeah, dude. We do it every month at the Coffee Spoon. Some amazing talent always comes through. Got a flyer for it right here. You and Amanda should come by that night. Matt blushes. I mean, if you're not doing anything. Will Vacant Veil be playing? Oh, if only. I finish paying for my record and we head out of the store. Man, what a trip down memory lane. I haven't been in a record shop like that since Vance had shag carpeting. Now that you mention it, isn't it strange to think of all those weird little musical memories? How do you mean? Well, I think music is a very time and place sort of thing. A song is important to me, not only in that I think it sounds good, but where I was and what I was doing when I listened to it. There's music that reminds me of exes, of struggling through school, of being so poor that I didn't know where my next meal was coming from, all that stuff. And listening to those songs reminds me of those moments of my life. Yeah, now that I think of it, even that pop concert Amanda made me take her to is special to me. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the band, but hearing their songs on the radio reminds me of how young and excited Amanda was. And then that even reminds me of a younger me going to see my favorite bands in concert with all my friends. We'd always go to my friend Cynthia Chapman's house beforehand and smoke pot in her basement like we were so slick. Oh, her parents definitely knew what we were doing. Wait, when was the last time you smoked pot? Matt stops and thinks for a moment. It's been decades. Dude, me too. Where do you even get pot now? Is that even what the kids call it these days? I don't know. But I bet I could find out. Do you want to get high and listen to our new records? Is Matt gonna be a square about this? Matt pulls out his phone and starts texting. After a few minutes, he looks up and smiles at me.
Yeah, sounds great.
Molly's got a hookup. Says to meet in an alley near the coffee shop.
Oh,
Okay, if it turns out it's the feds, you make a break for it and I'll take the heat. Just promise me that you'll raise Amanda like she was your own. You realize that weed has been legalized in this state, right? I definitely knew that. But we live in dangerous times. Who knows what lurks in the seedy underbelly of Maple Bay? We could find ourselves on the wrong end of a deal gone bad. Just look out for Amanda. I swear.
Huh?
Oh, here's our guy. Oh, it's that Damien's kid, I bet. 100%. Coming around the corner of one of those nasty grease dumpsters, shrouded in darkness, is a lean figure dressed in all black. Excuse me, Mr. Drugman. I knew it. Surprised, the person almost jumps out of their skin. It's Lucian, Damien's son. Who sent you? Whoa, we're cool, man. We're cool. Says who? For all I know, you could be with the feds. Actually, weed is league. Prove you're cool. What? I need to know that you're down or I bolt. Yeah, that felt like the best. Look, man, we're trying to buy drugs from you, and we know you sell drugs. You have dirt on us, we have dirt on you. We're in this together now. Look, it's fine. I get it. Buzzcut Molly said you were coming. Or, wait, did like a... Buzzcut Molly said you were coming. Something like that. Right. Now that formalities are out of the way, let's make a deal. Alright. How much do you want? One? One what?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
He means weed, Lucian. Yeah, but how much? If he says one.
Hey.
One? Oh my god. Look, here. Take this and give me $10. Just don't tell my dad, and let's all forget that this ever happened. I won't tell your dad if you don't. Lucian hands me a baggie of something and disappears down the alleyway. I open it and take a deep whiff. Smells like genuine drugs. Yes, sirree. That went smoothly. Yeah. We should get off public property before we smoke this. Great idea. Let's head back to my place, yeah? Matt and I walk to our cul-de-sac and stop at a gas station on the way to buy rolling papers and soda. I feel like I'm 16 again. Carmenice's having a sleepover tonight, so that gives us all the time we need to do drugs. Awesome. Let's do some drugs. God. Matt pulls one of the records out of his bag and puts it on for us. I plop down on a comfy leather couch and look around his place. There are a bunch of band posters, and his record collection takes up an entire wall. Whoa. What a collection. Well, I've been collecting my whole life. It's nice to finally get them all in one place after being on the road for so much of my life. I'd asked my parents to hold on to them for me. Matt sits down next to me and we lay the marijuana drugs out on the coffee table. Do you want to do the honors? Oh, please. It's your house. If you say so. Matt pulls out some rolling papers and sprinkles some of the beaten tobacco onto a piece. He starts rolling it back and forth, and the paper breaks almost immediately, spilling drugs all over the couch. Yeah, never was too good at this. Matt tries again and is able to successfully roll a nice-looking weed cigarette. He hands me a lighter and the blunt, I think, and I take it. Well, let's... rip that golf fairway, open up the nug. Is this going to be an important decision? No! No, Matt. No. Is that a word? Yes. I light the joint and inhale deeply. This is not what I remembered. Sorry, give me a second. Somebody singing outside. Okay, anyway. It's been a while though. Maybe pot drugs have just gotten more potent since the last time I smoked. I pass the joint to Matt and cough a little bit. Should it sting this much or am I just a baby?
What?
Matt takes a hit and his eyes go wide. That's not weed. That's not weed. Oh God. Did we develop a taste for meth? No, it's... Matt takes another hit and winces. Yeah, this is oregano. I've sniffed the air. Yeah, that would definitely explain why it smells like a pizza place in here. That little punk ripped us off. Oh well. I can still relax and enjoy the music sober. You know what? You're right. We sit and listen through the Diet Sig album that Matt bought, which is catchy as hell. I look around the room again and see photos of Carmencita growing up. I spot a young woman with a huge smile in one of the pictures with the two. Who's that? Oh. That's Rosa. She was Carmencita's mother. She died when Carmencita was young. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Amanda lost Alex at a young age too. I can understand how hard that must have been. I look around again, spotting a framed gig poster hanging on the wall. On it, there's an illustration of Matt and Rosa surrounded by flowers. The cursive lettering reads, "Stillness, the dancing." Looks like they played the Soundgarden over a decade ago. Were you two in a band together? Yeah. That was the reason I was touring so much when I was younger. We traveled the whole country in this rinky-dink little van. It was hard to start, but once we started gaining notoriety and seeing how much our songs meant to kids, it was just incredible. Wow. It seems like a life some only people dream of. It was. And it was difficult at the same time. I couldn't have done it without someone by my side. Rosen and I knew we couldn't do it forever. Long hours on the road, missing your family, sleeping in the van, all that stuff.
Oh, man.
So when she became pregnant with Carmencita, we put down roots in our favorite town to play in. Right here. And since she was a kid, Rosa always had a dream to own a quiet little coffee shop. She died before it opened. I'm so sorry.
Hey.
Don't be. I'm not really sure what to say. I couldn't possibly count the number of times I told people the same thing after Alex died. Matt gets up to flip the record. Next to the turntable, I notice a dusty piano. Do you play?
Oh.
I'm out of practice. I used to jam on the keys back in my day. Oh yeah? I fronted the hottest 7-piece ska band that Eagle Rock Bay High School had to offer. No way? You had a ska phase? Oh, phase? Ska never dies.
Oh.
Except for Ska Munis Manifesto, who broke up after a senior talent show to pursue solo careers.
Hey.
Dude, that's so rad. Matt pulls out the piano bench. Give me some of that two-tone love. Oh man, let's see if I still got it. I sit down at the piano. Stick to the ska roots, yeah. Hey, I think I'm doing it. I'm playing ska. Wait, that was just smoke on the water. Matt, I've forgotten how to play. The Deep Purple is always appreciated, nonetheless. Alright, buddy. Can you top that?
Oh, man.
I shouldn't. Oh, come on.
Hey.
No, it's been a long time. I don't know if this is the right move to make, but we're gonna try it. Matt, you just sat through a butchered version of Deep Purple's Smoke on the Water. How much worse can it be? Matt stares at the piano for a second. Okay. Oh! Yes! I'm, okay. Matt closes his eyes and runs his fingers over the keys. He breathes in deep and starts playing a melody. If I didn't know that he hadn't played the piano in a long time, I would have never guessed it. Matt plays a soft, sweet tune filled with emotion. I've never heard this before. Is this one of his original works? This is so cool. Matt finishes the song and finally opens his eyes. How was that? That was amazing. Oh, it's nothing. Come on, man, that was killer. You gonna pull that one out for the open mic night? Oh, no, I never played those. Well, why not? You're really good. It's just, I just don't do it anymore. I just don't like being up there and alone and having so many people stare at me. It doesn't feel fun anymore. I can sense that Matt's getting uncomfortable at the thought of it. I won't push him any further. Alright, man. But I hope you know how beautiful your music is.
Oh, man.
Thanks.
Hey.
Matt and I sit and listen to more records until it gets late, and I decide that I need to get to bed. Matt walks me to my door.
Oh.
Let's, never tell anyone about the oregano, okay? Deal. Oh, wait, can I tell my doctor? I don't know anything about the health effects of smoking oregano, and I think we'll be fine.
Hey.
Night, dude. I smile. Night. I walk inside and the house is dark, save for the sliver of light coming from beneath Amanda's door. I knock lightly on the door and enter Amanda's room. She's sitting at her desk with her camera, editing photos. Hey, Amanda. Amanda swivels around in her chair to face me and slumps down. Well, it smells like a pizza parlor in here. What? Nothing. So, what's up? Dad, I'm hungry. Wait, no. Hi, hungry? No, I'm Dad. Amanda collapses on the floor. I promised myself I'd never let it come to this. Sorry, kiddo. You set it up, I spike it down. You're a monster. You want some spaghetti? Yes, please. Amanda and I boil pasta and heat up sauce in a pan. Well, I boil pasta and heat up sauce while Amanda watches. Despite my best efforts, I'm not able to set it on fire. How was record collecting? It was great. Did you know Matt used to play in a band? No way. Was he good? I don't know if the band was good, but he played some piano for me tonight, and it was amazing. He played piano for you? Dude. Yeah, I brought it up that he should play at the open mic night that's happening at his coffee shop, but he got kind of weird about it. Hey, I saw a flyer for that. We should go. It's too late to start a father-daughter punk band to play a couple tunes there. Oh, it's not too late to start a father-daughter punk band and play a couple tunes there. Yeah, let me break out my glockenspiel. I think I only know hot cross buns, but we can work off the chord progression. Amanda and I have a nice dinner before she goes back to her room to do her photography stuff. I end up watching True Life. I'm a house hunter. They're staging an intervention for the house hunter, who is crying uncontrollably over the color of the walls. They know they can paint the walls of their house any color they want, right? Matt's song is stuck in my head all night. Fine, Tony.
That was good. Could use a trombone though.
I'm so disheartened. I'm so disheartened. I'm gonna cry. Oh well. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. I could need some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda? The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. Oh. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. That felt weird. Like, I really wanted to push her, but also I want her to feel comfortable to come to me, you know? Alright, I'll leave you be. I back out of the room and close the door gently behind me. She immediately starts crying again. Wow, I have no idea what has her so upset. She seemed totally normal. I feel awful just leaving her to cry, but I also get the feeling that if I tried to do anything else, it would only made her more upset. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't stop mentally cycling through all sorts of awful things she could be dealing with right now. More than anything, I just want her to be happy and safe. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. You want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster level up and takes her still freezer-burned waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh my god, that kind of startled me. Oh, okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on a wall. In it, I am teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she stood in the middle of the street and screamed. And then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing even happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decide that if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin? What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah. I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. So just, whatever it is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy.
Aww.
Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting is set by now. Ta-da! Dad. It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over, and this is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big ol' hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve us up some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is this whole thing? I know I've been really weird lately and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you like a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes?
Oh.
I guess I should start from the top. So you know how Emma R is going to that fancy art school in California, right? Emma R? Oh god. Oh god, which one is it? Emma P's the best friend. Oh, okay. Well, that worked out. Dad, that was me? What? I thought you were Emma P. Dad, are you doing okay? I'm getting legit worried. I'm doing a lot of gluing and varnishing in unventilated spaces. Carry on. Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? She's been spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out from Rosie M that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's. On the same night, they all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes. So, another important piece of information is... God, this is embarrassing. I have a crush on Noah, and that's a thing. What? Whoa, I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay. You're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst. Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just keep quiet and keep going about my business. Amanda sighs. And then one day I invite everybody out to get nachos in the mall after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds. They all said they're busy, like, simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips and I really, really wanted nachos. Oh, totally understandable.
Aww.
So I go to the mall anyway. I get to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah, all hanging out together and eating nachos without me. What? Oh, it gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there, and I'm like, hey! And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does, and Emma R just like glares at me. Grace, nothing is coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the... Did she poop the bed too? The gossipy one. Yes, I know. Grace is the one nobody really likes, or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck. Which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left, without nachos, might I add, which only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and... Sorry, I know that's a lot of stuff. Are you still following? Oh, okay. Get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads word for word an arduously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, I do not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I'm trying my hardest to be supportive. They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's been a really terrible friend, and she was like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, you just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on red. And then, wait, left me on red. What's that? Oh, like she saw my message and didn't reply. And I know because there are red receipts. I don't know what red receipts are, but I'm just going to nod and pretend I understand. I gotcha. So while all this is happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P sends screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of. Alright, I think you lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. Bottom line is, everybody dropped me, half my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everybody else, but Emma R's been there since Dad died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even that mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs at the remnants of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I am kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected, I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. It's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow. I know, it's pretty dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess. Unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time? Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long, long time ago. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. Ooh, what do I go with? Real friends don't do that? Real friends don't do that. But also, high school does fucking suck, man. I'm gonna say real friends don't do that. Yeah. When you get older, you start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to their friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful friendships. It took me a long time to figure that out myself, and I wish I had learned it sooner. If the other person isn't putting the effort in to show you how much they care, it's not worth it. You're not beholden to being their friend. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing. And if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I'll keep that in mind. I looked down at the table. Did we just eat that whole cake? Yes, we did just eat that whole cake. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes her door, she turns around. Hey, Pops. Yes? Thank you. You are always welcome. Love you, Amanda.
I love you too, Dad.
Oh. That was so sweet. I love you too, Dad. I'm like kind of crying. Don't mind me. Craig wants to do another workout. Oh. Hey, buddy. So I have a favor to ask. Robert invited me over for dinner, and I know it's kind of a faux pas to invite another bro, but I've known this guy for years and I still can't get a good read on him, and I know it's gonna be super awkward if I come by myself. Will you please come with me? What is with these emojis? Oh, I love food. I especially love food that's free. And I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking, but sure. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I really hope that's a sweat of relief. That doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for free food. But why is Craig being so apprehensive? Does he know something about Robert that I don't? I'll hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Oh, thank you. Craig and I decide to meet up before heading over to Robert's place. Craig's waiting on my porch, bottle of white wine in hand. Oh, Empwis. Boy, am I glad to see you. Likewise, man. Classy of you to bring wine. Oh, it's not wine. It's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so I think he's good. Wow. Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he is telling the truth or not. I can never tell with him. Yeah, thank God it's not just me. I never know. He's so deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an enigma. We start walking over to Robert's house. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he even knows how to shave properly or iron his shirts. I feel like you learn to cook after you learn those two first.
Hey!
One time I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can. I mean, it was at the very top of the trash can, like sitting above it. But still, if he were on trial, I think the jury would definitely define that as in the trash. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food from the top of the trash before. Well, yeah, I think we've all considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually did it. Yeah, true. Maybe he's an enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back.
Oh.
We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell, but the doorbell won't chime. Must be broken. Craig knocks on the door a few times. Since when does Robert have a dog? I don't know. That's weird. I can hear Robert just inside. Yeah, 1 second. This is uncharted territory, Ambush. What if he's the one making barking noises and there is no dog? Don't say that. We're not even inside yet. Finally, the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see me. Ambush, I didn't know you'd be tagging along.
Oh.
Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. I can leave if there's not... Oh, no, it's fine. Come on in. We enter Robert's living room, which is surprisingly really nice. Super messy, but still nice. Make yourselves at home. We can still hear barking from the other room. I didn't know you had a dog, Robert. Oh, yeah, that's Betsy. Have to put her up when guests are over. She'll calm down in a bit. Oh, what kind of dog is she? Pitbull. Rescued her from a dogfighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out right now, I'd probably have to take you both to the ER. Craig and I make eye contact. He raises an eyebrow at me. I hope it's this eyebrow that has the, slit in it. Oh, okay. Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. Hope you guys like also buko. Huh, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds delicious. Robert leaves the room, presumably to go to the kitchen. Greg leans in and whispers, was the dog fighting thing real, or was he kidding? I don't know. What's also buko? I don't know. Did he make up that word? Until I have also Buko in front of me? We can only assume so. We sit in silence for a second, taking in Robert's living room. Are we about to get sawed? Nah, usually you wake up in those situations. We voluntarily walked into this one.
Oh.
Robert finally walks into the room, carrying 3 paper plates of steaming food like a waiter. I don't, have a dining table. Don't trust him. So we're, eating here.
Hey.
Also, I don't have real people plates. Hope that's okay. Robert sets plates in front of us on the coffee table. I still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat? Maybe? Lots of sauce. I can make out some vegetables. I think that might be rice, but it could also be pasta? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. I take a bite.
Hey.
Oh my god. I take another bite. The medley of flavors in this dish is amazing. The meat is so tender, and the risotto, I think that's what it is so creamy. Robert, this is really incredible. You cook this? I fish it out of a dumpster behind a restaurant. Or at least I think it was a restaurant. Can you believe people just throw this stuff away? I almost gag.
Hey.
I'm kidding. Or am I? I look over at Craig, who looks wary but still has his mouth full. He gives Robert a thumbs up. Well, glad you like it.
Oh.
Where did you learn how to cook like this? I worked at a restaurant in Spain for a hot sec. Is he messing with us? I decide to play along. You lived in Spain?
Huh.
Yeah, after I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe, crashing on couches, sleeping in hostels, wherever. Totally broke. Worked a couple of odd jobs wherever I could to scrape together some cash. One night I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant just outside of Madrid. I got to pay and realized I spent the last of my money on booze the night before. I'm in the middle of ditching when the manager catches me and puts me to work in the kitchen. Well, long story short, they ended up liking me so much they offered me a job. Why not, right? I started living with some distant relatives on my mom's side. And over the course of 2 years, I worked my way from busboy to sous chef. Learned a lot. Craig and I wait for the punchline. What night watchman did he swindle to get back to the States? Who did he con in a game of poker in the back room of a speakeasy for safe passage in the crew quarters of a cargo ship? Anyway, I still love to cook. I don't know what's real anymore, but this food's so good, I kinda don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here, especially not served on paper plates. I don't care about presentation. The food is good, it should speak for itself. This also buko is screaming for itself. And paper plates are just as good as old regular plates if you double them up. Hey, is it bad if I ask for seconds? Well, help yourself. Let's save some room for dessert. I made lemon berry savarin.
Oh.
Well, aren't you just full of... Greg looks over at me. Surprises. Robert winks. Well, you bet I am. Come over for dinner anytime. Greg.
Nice.
I'm gonna go get seconds. Yeah, me too. After consuming way more ossobuco than my body could handle, and then really ensuring a later food coma with a generous serving of whatever savarin was, Craig and I decide to head out. Thanks for coming. I'm making an attempt to be more social. Well, I'm always happy to stop by if you want company. Especially if there's ossobuco involved.
Welcome. You got that.
Nice. Oh, just get to pick another date? I mean, come on, right? It's gotta be him. Okay. I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times, and Dadbook says he hasn't even read them. I haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decide to send him one last message, figuring that this will produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point, I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all caught up on work, the house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. I start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. I'm making pie. Oh man, I can never remember what temperature that you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on Grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? Almond extract just sounds super good. Oh, it's almond extract. Duh. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. I finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. Amanda's going to be so excited. That kid loves a good pie. I have a seat at the kitchen table and do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops! What smells like pie in here? It's pie, sweetie. Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside. Yes! Hey, it's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Amanda, I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder, an aspiring astronaut, and bank robber. Lifestyle is calling me back and I must go. One last drop. You know how it is. Pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Well, I appreciated the years we spent together. But a trade is a trade-up. A trade-up is a trade-up. Remember me when you're kicking your feet up in Ibiza. Thanks for all the pie. We share a cordial handshake. I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig in before it's ready. Huh. What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, you know, it seems like you might have baked the pie incorrectly. Or you're currently right now trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Well, was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you just eat the pie, Panda?
Oh.
I cut us a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch as Amanda takes a bite.
Oh no.
Oh God. Ugh. What's wrong? Is it not good? Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, I just burnt the heck out of the roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. Oh, she's right. The pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. I'm really proud of you for making pie without burning the new house down. And a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media makes us out to be. And maybe we, as a society, should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole. Dad, your sleep is on fire. I run to the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumble. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner, I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check one dad book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Huh. Hope he's okay. I turn out the lights and lie down. Hey, Ampus. Hey, Ampus. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. Ugh, what is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off, when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out here. I look out my window, and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against his pickup truck in my driveway. I open my door to try and figure out what's going on. Hey. Hey? Wanna hang? I was kind of sleeping. That's no fun. Come hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Cool. You plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I am, in fact, not wearing pants. I mean, I don't mind. Right, 1 second. I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. Ready? Ready. Well, hop in. I jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car and we drive out to the cul-de-sac. You like Tom Waits? Oh, that was good. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the window. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I've got myself into, it looks like I'm in it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch streetlights pass by. I glance over to Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there that I just can't place. I remember what Robert said about hating small talk and decide to keep my mouth shut. He notices me staring. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous. Just, hang on. We're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him. Ah. How romantic. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustled some trees near us as the lights blink in the distance. Off to the side I can see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's also gorgeous. This is where I come to masturbate. What? I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? It's my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight, and I suddenly realize what it is. Oh shit, that's a knife. Oh, please don't stab me. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh, I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. Did you think I was going to stab you just now? What? No. Hate to break it to you. But I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Yeah, well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I knew. For years I've been putting the most vile junk food in my body in preparation for this day. Come at me, friend, and reap what you will. 2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate. Nothing gets past you, huh? Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me. I'm gonna warn you. Last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8th basic rule of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? I honestly can't tell when you're kidding. I'm so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. He and I laugh. You ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandpa, no. What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check. I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you've even tried it speaks volumes about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground, perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. Most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, wood is going to splinter. Isn't the most important thing safety? No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands. I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered in little white scars. They are very nice hands. Can't make a steak omelet without breaking a few hand eggs.
Knife.
Oh my god. Yes. A mini game. Oh shit, did I fuck it up? That's a good start. What is it? Careful. Don't poke yourself with that. I made a sharp stick. Nice. Tell me about this one. Gross. What's the story here? You realize that you could have just picked your teeth with a knife? Damn. I should have said the tougher one. What's this? Now all you need to do is carve up a board and we're set. And also maybe carve a ghost. Nice form. What's it supposed to be? Spit an image of you. Interesting. What do we have here? It's a stick. Oh god, that's a big one. Maybe next you can carve up some wooden bread crusts to feed him. A duck. Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it? How poetic. Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife. Ah! While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over. He reaches into his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff did this guy keep in there? And pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. Hold tight. He hops out the truck and I can hear him rummaging around his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic onto the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy. I guess I'm a real whittler now. That you are. Be careful though. They're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Oh, cryptids. Tons of them out here, you know. Cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff? Oh, Mothman is bullshit, but yeah. Stands a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences. You're joking. Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire time in the city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad. You ever heard of the Dover ghost? I don't think so. Well, let me tell you a story. I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pup. Pit bull. Real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants. All good stuff. Second day, I get the idea that I might head into my head that I can hike deeper into the woods. Probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. Gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead, silent. And then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around the clearing. Nobody's there. There's this feeling. Not sure if I can quite describe it. I know something is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. I've never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it. In the distance. A man, but something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it. It just looked wrong. Big. Arms too long for its body. Black eyes. Just stood there and stared at me. And then disappears. I hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around to check on her. She's gone. Into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. Is he so ironic? Okay, you're full of shit. Oh. You think I'm lying? Robert pulls out his wallet and shows me a picture of a beautiful pit bull. Tell that to Betsy. They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover ghost. A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl. Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right?
Whoa.
I was messing with you up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up. I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away I barely can make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that? We should, go. Robert and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away, back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that? Dover ghost, I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage in a wildlife preserve? Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves. We sit in silence for a little while longer, the fear of whatever was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city. Thanks for coming out. This is fun.
I don't know.
Sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. I had to get out of the house. Had to be around somebody. You doing okay, man? Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette. Been doing a lot of thinking. It takes a long drag. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in this sea of regret. I'm so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy. I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think. Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I held on to that kept me going. But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. Maybe that's why it's here. Dover Ghost feeds off your sadness, my sadness. It hunts us in the night. Honestly, makes sense. I was trying to kid around. Just be devoured for my sins. Yeah, that sounds pretty great, actually. It was a joke. I'm turning the car around. We're going back. Oh shit, did I fuck up? Robert slams on the brake and puts the car in reverse. Robert, wait. He stops the car again. You know what? I thought about it. It's not my time yet. I haven't finished watching the Criterion Collection. I just keep adding stuff to it. Haha, I knew it. I knew it. But, thanks, Ampus. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him. You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one away from mine. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting. You know that Mothman is bullshit, right? Amanda Lang... You know what? It's fine. I finally decide to go to bed. Let's see it.
Where'd my pants go?
Where'd my pants go? Oh. Okay. I'm gonna save right there. Well, kiddos, it's been so fun. Ooh, make sure to come back on Monday. Okay, bye. Ooh.